Hey guys, how you doing? It's well, you know who this is. I'm bringing you a class setup, and this is what I've been using for free-for-all, and it's actually quite a bit of fun. That is the main reason I bought it. It's pretty effective, and I'll explain the reasons why, but before I do, I'll just give you an idea of what I'm using. It's the FAL assault rifle, which I think you unlock at level 24. I'm not altogether too sure. I think it's 24. And that is with the quick draw handle and the reflex sight. The quick draw handle enables you to draw the weapon up a little bit quicker, which is very handy when you're playing a game of free-for-all. As you know, the FAL from Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2 is a single burst shot weapon, and it is very effective. It's generally a 2 to maybe 3 hit kill, generally a 2, certainly 1 if you get a headshot. And I've combined that with a little bit of overkill as my wild card. And I'll explain why I've used that. But for the secondary, I've used the Vector K10, and that has got a reflex sight. Now, the perks for that are hardline, toughness, and dexterity. Toughness is pretty key in this, because particularly with the FAL, because you're kind of having to spam the weapon as best you can. You've got the dreaded MP7 hip-firing red dot sight, lightweight noobs to attend to, which seem to be flooding all the free-for-all games, unfortunately. So toughness is a bit key in this. Dexterity is quite handy as well for mantling those awkward objects, as is hardline, which gets your kill streaks a bit quicker. Tactical grenade is concussion, which is pretty irrelevant really. So let me explain a little bit more about it. And the reason I use this class setup is twofold. Number one, simply being that the FAL is very, very effective at those long-range kills, and certainly medium-range kills. The problem you've got in this game is there is a hell of a lot of head glitching and window camping and such things like that. A lot of people seem to have found these annoying little places to hide, and they tend to just stay there until you flush them out, basically. And unfortunately, when you're at long distance, you need something that's going to pack a bit of punch to get them out. So that's why I equip the FAL. Now, the overkill with the Vector is very handy when you're walking into a room and you suspect there's going to be a couple of people at close range, because the FAL is pretty much pointless at using close range. So you can just kind of switch between the two. It's certainly the most handy and effective setup that I've found so far. Now, the Vector is a very, very substantially strong submachine gun. It's certainly got that rapid fire shot that we recognise from Modern Warfare 2. I'm kind of glad they resurrected it from Modern Warfare 2 and put it into Black Ops 2, because it is actually a lot of fun. I used to like using the Vector, and it was certainly never as powerful as this, so if you do imagine the Vector from Modern Warfare 2, it's got a bit more poke than that, but it is effective where needed. It does have quite a bit of kick, so where you're using the MP7 and you're using this, the MP7 has literally no recoil. This one has quite a bit, but it does get you that kill quicker, I do feel, so that certainly is important when you get in those close quarter situations. Now, the one thing I will say is when you do have this class setup, if you don't have the Vector equipped, which to be fair, when you switch between the two guns, it's reasonably quick. If you don't have the Vector equipped and you do have the FAL, stay out of those rooms, those close quarter situations. Keep yourself on the outside of the map. That is about the best advice I can give you. Do not go down the centre of the map, because you'll find yourself in the position where you need to draw up your gun as quickly as humanly possible, and it's almost a little bit pointless and fruitless when faced with the adversity of the enemy using the submachine gun. So stay to the outsides of the map, pick off those noobs who are popping their heads up like apples in a window, and certainly throw on the Vector when you're entering a room or mantling through a window, and you should be able to at least pull the gun up quick enough to get those shots off, or if you get a lucky hip fire. But like I say, you've got the reflex and not the laser sight, so remember that your hip firing ability is certainly reduced anyway. So yeah, that for me is a decent class to use. I will certainly bring you more classes which I'm finding are effective and quite a bit of fun. So I'll just leave you with the gameplay and leave it down to yourself to make a decision. And I'll see you later, guys. Bye bye.
Hostile UAV above. Hunter-killer drone on standby. Friendly hunter-killer drone deployed. Lightning strike on standby.
رعد 1-2 يمر من فوق موقعكم.
Friendly lightning strike inbound.
نتيجة جيدة. قتيل واحد.